real good.
Didn't realize how soft those buttons were. They feel weird. Like they don't feel like real buttons.
Good time. Hello, everyone. I'm on the casting couch today.
You are. It's
Oh, yeah.
very.
There's a reason you can't see my waist.
He's not lying.
One, he's not wearing pants.
Feeling dirty.
He's not wearing pants. Technically,
It's hot.
Technically, he is not wearing pants.
Not wearing pants.
I can't
That is the
stop.
technical
cough.
truth.
Oh my lord.
Oh, baby.
Alrighty then. To get into the topics that we are doing today's.
The topics.
We're talking about this stupid shit that like kind of, pisses us off or, just annoys us generally in, restaurants, whether it be customers, situations.
Yeah. 6 tops coming in 10 minutes before you close.
That's one thing. We've talked about
Yeah.
that. That's just
We've done that.
It's whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. It happened to me the other night, though.
I'm talking about like
So
certain
salty.
orders. Like, okay, I'll give you an example.
Oh, man.
This is the kind of stuff that like I hate. Like when somebody walks in not knowing what they're ordering. Like they just don't know at all. And the perfect example is somebody walking into the restaurant and asking for a bruschetta or bruschetta, however you want to pronounce it. I don't care.
Shit.
They order a bruschetta, no tomato. I'm like, do you know what you ordered? Do you know what a bruschetta is? Here's a crostini, or I guess since you don't know what you're ordering, here's some toast with a little bit of Parmesan. I'll put some oil on there, sprinkle on some parsley, a little bit of salt. There you go. There's your bruschetta, no fucking tomato.
Yeah. That makes no sense.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Like that's a pet peeve for me. I'm like, know what you're ordering, okay? If you don't know what it is and what it means on the menu, if you read it and you're like, I don't know that word, but I'm gonna order it anyway. It's like, maybe you should ask a server. They're right there. Put your pride aside for a minute.
It's their job, I catch myself just
To explain
Googling
shit.
stuff. To explain shit, yeah.
Servers. Actually, I think I was talking to Aiden the last night. Someone did something. It's like, we are the reverse of an anger translator for the kitchen. The chef will go, what the this stupid mother, they don't know what bruschetta is. And just go off. We go, yes, chef. Yes, chef. I'll let them know. Just right up the asshole, chef. You got it. The chef would like you to know, though, he can't accommodate this particular request because it makes no sense. But he's more than willing to just give you bread. Some fucking what?
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to charge you full price.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, okay, fine. If you're going to be that level of just derp, I'm going to absolutely take advantage of you and charge you.
Okay.
I'm going to take your money from your wallet, like in front of you.
Yeah. At that point in time, yeah.
You okay over there?
Oh, man. I love how true that is. The amount of places where you want to do a mod, just like change it up, take off something that might actually be significant cost, you're still going to pay the same amount of price.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
absolutely.
It's like, we'll never make it cheaper for you, but we will make it more expensive.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Yes.
I do that with mojitos or any cocktail where it's like extra effort.
Yeah.
Even if you're using the same liquor. So like for a mojito, I'm going to charge you like an extra $1.
Yeah.
Just for the time and effort because you want me to make a mojito.
See, now all this is like starting to make us sound like dicks or everything like that because you're in a service industry. You're supposed to serve everybody, all that stuff. But it's at the same time, it's also still a business. And
It's labor.
It's labor.
You want me to do stuff? Well, I mean,
it's-
do you want me to take more time, which is time I could spend on other things?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's more ingredients to it. And in the case of food, you still have to spend like the majority of your time building it. Even if you're taking off one component, you still got to build the whole thing. It's not like it takes any more or less time typically.
True. But it also, it just comes down to efficiency for your, service. I mean, I think,
Yeah.
Because, think about it. It's just like if you're going to take something off and now all of a sudden you have to change the price. Are you going to, what are you going to do? You're going to open food, everything that everybody mods?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because POS systems don't have the ability to really do all that, where it's just like, if you hit a mod button, it's not going to subtract the price at a certain, percentage and calculate the food cost for you and do all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's just too much. So we're not. I know it sounds like we're just being dicks, but it's like that's just the way it is. But at the same
Yeah.
time,
Mhm.
you're annoying. Like,
Yeah, that can be annoying, especially if they're like you said when they're ordering what they don't really know what they're ordering.
Yeah.
You order a nice bruschetta. I mean, bruschetta is just toast points with diced tomatoes and balsamic and garlic and stuff on top of it.
Mhm.
It's just a
Mhm.
tapa. But yeah, that's just. I mean, again, let them pay full price for stupidity. Because the famous quote, "The customer is always right."
yeah,
Do you know the full quote on that?
customer's always right when it comes to taste.
When it comes to taste, and the customer's always right on what they want to buy. If they want to come and buy an ugly hat, they're more than welcome to come by and buy an ugly hat. They're right about that. So if that guest does want to come in and they want bruschetta, no tomato, I mean, hey, give them the bread with a little balsamic drizzle and some basil on it. Then I guess, I mean, maybe that's what they wanted.
I mean,
don't
that's
know.
apparently what they wanted. They
I
didn't
don't
send
know.
it back.
Yeah, they ate it. They fucking ate it too. But yeah, I don't know. That's not really a pet peeve of mine. I don't get mad about things like that anymore, I guess. That just wouldn't bother me. What would bother me would be like, my pet peeve would be the hostess not staggering a seating. Like that
Mm.
drives me crazy when the hostess just starts just seating people as fast as they can, like stagger that shit.
It gets
out.
us too.
Oh, I know.
If as
Oh,
a
yeah.
server, I
I'm
got to
well
spend the
aware of
time
it.
to start the table, and it's like, did you just triple seat me?
It's
Yeah.
just one of those things like,
Well, I
yes.
can't be it. I got to do
Can't.
like the whole rigmarole.
Yeah.
I got to give the specials. I got to
Yeah.
get drinks. I got to,
Yeah.
at least like give
Yeah.
me a couple minutes. At least
The
I can get,
training
here's your
for a
order. I'll get your
hostess.
drinks, and then I can run over. But yeah, it's just as infuriating for
Yeah.
us
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't want to put in food order
Yeah.
right behind each other.
food,
Yeah.
food,
Because-
food.
Yeah, no, because we still have to still have to touch the table. We got to double check. Do you have everything you need?
Oh yeah.
How many times you get the food out to a table, you guys okay? Yeah, we're fine. Cool. Come back a minute later. Everything okay? Actually, can we get this, this, and this? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you try to any sauce that's in a bottle, go ahead and throw it on the table. Just
Yeah.
preemptively. You might want it. I don't want to run around for it. Here you go.
Here you go.
And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you have that special basil mayo. Can I get a side of that? And you're like, yeah, that's something I
cost
can't
you,
just
though.
get. Yeah.
It cost you.
Cost you
Usually,
a
I don't
quarter.
think. Yeah, and especially with the places that I work or the areas that we work. I mean, people usually don't care that much about that. Like,
Yeah.
they're not gonna be like, "Oh my god, they charged me for the side of the balsamic, the aged balsamic. How could they do that? It's a side of sauce." And no, get over yourself. But most people don't care in those areas.
Yeah.
But that's what. I got distracted. My ADD kicked in. I just started spinning this fucking drink thing.
We might be taking shots on the next episode.
No, apparently, if I'm
down.
be playing this little thing, he's got these little game. They sat down next to the wrong person.
Drink responsibly.
Please get that away from me.
Oh man. Hey, Sean, kind of tilt that mic towards your face a little bit more.
Right about there.
Tilt it
Tilt it.
upwards.
Oh.
Yeah, just a little.
Point it at your mouth.
Yeah, that should do.
Point it in
Okay.
my mouth like this.
I just noticed we were a little bit louder.
Aw.
Oh
Ah.
man. Oh god, it's something else in my mind. All right, go ahead. Your ADD got my ADD going.
Oh no, it's contagious.
Oh god.
Mental disorders.
That is the thing though. You're constantly having to focus. And my brain, it can go off the rails. I usually have it in control, but especially once you're outside of work, all of a sudden your brain's like, oh please, just want to think about anything but focusing on operations
Yeah,
and steps of service.
God, it would be nice some days.
You say you get triggered by the kitchen. You can't sit if you go somewhere and you can't sit near the kitchen because if you hear the printer,
Yeah.
Oh.
you'll just your
God.
butthole just.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's oh my god, it's just incredible. If I ever hear it outside of work, I lose my shit. Even going grocery shopping is a nightmare. Because when you the freaking receipts print and it's
Receipt
just like,
comes
no, not again. No, I don't care if I get 20% off. But yeah, I'm kind of with you on the hostess thing. I'm gonna bring it back to that for a minute because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of with you, but I'm also understand sometimes how it happens.
Mhm.
Oh, I understand how it happens, but it's their job to stagger
Yeah.
it. Nonetheless,
And
just
that,
tell the guests, hey, I got to wait 5 minutes. I'm cleaning a table. I'm getting your table set up. Because
Mhm.
even if you tell a guest that, 5 minutes, I'm not telling you to 10, 20, 30, don't put it on a wait. I'm just saying stagger it 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Give the server enough time to get the spiel out, talk
Yeah.
to them,
Mm.
to where when they sit down, they don't feel like, oh, I've been sitting here for 10 minutes. That's because if you had them stand for 5 minutes and then sit for 5 minutes, they won't, you can divide that time up. It's just something that like not a lot of restaurants do anymore. They don't take that time to train their hostess.
Mm-mm.
And you
Not really,
see that.
no.
That's the problem. They just expect the hostess just to be trained. There's no real training on a hostess.
Which makes
They
no
give them an
sense.
iPad and they say, okay, here this is, here's your tables. This is what you do. You set the table, you drop off the silverware and the menus, and then you go get the next table. And that is where it's wrong. It's like you get that table, you set them down, and then you make sure that you're staggering between servers.
maybe even go ahead
Even-
and get the waters
Yeah,
together
even
for
that.
them, and that
Yeah,
buys time
even
too.
that.
If the hostess
Yeah.
is will, it can actually if you have enough staff, obviously
Yep.
there's a lot of variables here, but like
Absolutely.
one of my things, like what I loved about one of the places I worked was they would have the hostess not just seat, but then they would go get the waters ready for the table.
Yeah.
So that way, by the time they got back to the host stand,
Yeah.
the next person's already ready to be sat, and they've already killed some time
Yes.
and got a natural stagger while
Yes.
everybody's getting serviced, and servers are all happy. You guys aren't getting like triple set,
Yeah.
or anything like that, and your
Mhm.
table already has water. So the only thing you're walking up to is just like, hey, how is everything? Have you ever dined with us before? You just give your whole spiel, and you can do that in an orderly manner.
Yeah.
Kitchen, we're genuinely always going to get fucked because, I mean, on a busy night, I mean, even with the natural stagger, people are going to end up ordering whenever they want to
absolutely,
order.
Absolutely.
There's nothing they can do about
Nothing you
that.
can do about that. Table that's been there for 10 minutes is ready to order. The table that's been there for a half hour is just now ready to order. So
Yeah.
that happens. I understand that, but still staggering it is just a pet peeve of mine that I just feels lost here lately. I'm just
How
drives me
often
crazy.
is the hostess the youngest person or the most like
nowadays
Dude.
always it used to not.
They're
be
always like,
that
I feel like they're
way.
always in high school.
yeah
everywhere I've worked, it's
everyone.
been now granted that was like entertainment venues, but yeah, that was always
yeah
the most inexperienced person was like, hey, we have a position for you. And then they never really got that proper training.
Yeah. I
When
feel like
that's like the
hosts-
orchestrator for a busy restaurant.
yes yes
I feel
it
like
is.
hosts in restaurants are like the dishwashers of the kitchen.
Kinda.
You know, it's like
Kind
that's like,
of.
Because like the host will
But
eventually sometimes,
they're actually-
sometimes will work their way up, maybe
Yeah.
start serving. After serving for a
Yeah.
while, go to become a bartender.
yeah
Kind of work your way up that way. Whereas, the same thing happens with a lot of dishwashers. Dishwashers
Yeah.
will start in the pit and then slowly start working their way into prep. And then after prep, get on the line. The next thing you know, there you got a sous chef that's been there for fucking 20 years.
yep started off as a dishwasher.
Yeah.
Yep. And I respect that, of course, but proper training.
They're more
Like
like
having
the
a
expo.
dishwasher that's not even like washing dishes, just keeps putting dirty plates out at you. Eventually,
yeah.
you're gonna be like, easiest job in the restaurant, and you're not even doing that right.
Well, I'll give that to hosts though. Their job is not always easy.
No,
'Cause
and I'll give
having
it
to
to
get those
dishwashers,
numbers
they're
and
not
getting that
easy.
mentality, the
Yeah.
mentality. That's
Oh,
yeah.
that's
I'm
a
not
Shawneism.
sexist. I promise. I'm not.
I mean, dishwasher might have to like kitchen might call and say, hey, we need this clean now.
Yeah.
But the hostess is kind of like the front of house expo because they have to
Ah,
decide.
yeah.
Because if you have
Yeah.
different parties at different sizes, you kind of need to communicate with the kitchen and with the floor and go, can we have space for a 10 top? Can the kitchen handle a 10 top order in like 10, 20 minutes?
Yeah,
Or
Oh,
do I need to see
mhm.
these four two tops?
Yeah.
And then we can do smaller orders and get those out.
Yeah, I like that analogy a lot
Yeah.
more. I like that analogy a lot. Have to
Busters are
expedite
more like
people.
the dishwasher, where it's like you get out there, you turn over. It doesn't have to be pretty. You just need to get it done quickly and efficiently. Same thing with dishwasher. I just need you to like have a process, get it done, get it moving, so that busters do their thing, so servers and bartenders can
Yeah.
do their job. The dishwasher has to be efficient, so the cooks can do their job.
Yeah. And everybody works hard. We're not saying nobody works. These
Yeah.
jobs
Oh, yeah,
are
the-
like
all of it's-
maligned or anything like that. Everybody's
Yeah.
working. They're busting their ass.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing the best job they can do just to make sure that the restaurant keeps flowing.
yeah. I
There's
just think
nothing wrong with
hostess
it.
could be trained better. That's
And I agree.
That's my pet peeve. It's not even like they're doing a bad job, like you said. I'm not saying they're doing a bad job. Just training. Just like
It's
What
usually
happens
not
to
even
that?
training. It's the server coming up to them when something goes wrong, going, "Hey, you're making it hard for me. Could you do this?"
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And then you build like a camaraderie. Like as a
Yeah.
server, you talk to your hostess. You're like, "Hey, look, I know what my section is. If you see any like, especially places where you get auto gratuity on like a table of 6 or more, you'll start working with the hostess and going, "Hey, here's $20. I need some good tips tonight. Seat me the next 6 top," especially if they look like they're going to spend money. If it's a birthday, if the parents are going to be spending money, give them to me.
It's
Anniversaries,
called
like a
greasing
big
the
anniversary
wheels.
party, give them to me. I will cut you in.
I think we just got into human trafficking here somehow.
Yeah.
You're basically buying people.
It does get dirty sometimes.
Here's $20. Give me 6 of the
Yeah.
richest people you can find.
Right.
I need them all.
Yeah, eventually you build that kind of. I mean, I'm not saying it's right, but especially if everyone else is bad, most managers won't say anything because they would
Yeah.
rather you take care of the parties that do spend more money. So as a server, I'd be like, "Hey, I'll take care of you. Seat them in my section." You know, and same thing with friends. I would tell friends, come in, talk to the hostess, ask for me, and they will seat you. Even if my section is full, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
We'll
out.
figure it out.
I don't know. It's hard coming from a perspective because like that, like, I feel for them, and I
Yeah.
talk to so many people about it, and like
Mm.
they always like end up giving like some point that just is so like critical to me, where I'm like, oh, you're right, but then
Yeah.
like immediately afterwards, I go back in the kitchen and I'm just slammed. I'm like, you fucking bitch, fuck
Pull me
you.
over. We just talked about this.
So it's great because like to their face I'm like, oh, you're so right. I appreciate you. Fucking cunt. I fucking hate that.
Kill you right now.
I could just, oh god, I would, you're gonna bathe in a deep fryer.
Oh hell no! Damn.
But, oof. I don't know. Yeah, so those things are great, but I think another one of my pet peeves would have to be, like the length of mods.
Oh.
Like when mods are not ringing correctly, and all of a sudden you have a ticket that's like longer than like a 6 top, and it's just like a
Yeah.
burger.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, okay, you could have just said no garden or something. Like,
Mhm.
you could have just said one line, and I wouldn't have had.
Again, I think that just comes back to training. You know, it's just human error. They didn't know how to do it right. So next time, as soon as you catch that server, be like, hey, this is how you're gonna fix that problem. Next time this is gonna happen, just put this. Most of the time, the servers listen pretty well.
Mhm.
But it's
Very rarely
training.
have I ever seen anyone train a server on what is an unacceptable change.
Yeah, because there's none.
Yeah.
There is none.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's if someone asks, trying to think of a good example. Is there any time you've seen a mod, the server comes, or you have to call the server back and go, "Hey, we can't do that."
Oh yeah.
Did no one tell you?
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, which is just the most
Yeah.
inefficient waste of time because now you've taken an order, put it in, found out you can't do it, and have to go back.
Yeah.
And you'll train that server, but you don't think about it. It just seems like common sense, but it's like, hey, you can't. Here's a mod we can't do. If you have to type in a mod, you should double check.
Yeah.
The mod doesn't exist. It's like, oh well, the customer wants. They want this burger, but they want half the burger on rye and half the burger on Texas toast, and they want it to be cut in half, and they want it like sectioned. You do that?
Oh yeah.
You could probably do it. I'm just gonna type that in.
Impossible mods are ridiculous. I saw one the other day that I think I was telling someone about it, but it was a burger. Can I get that half medium, half well done?
Sorry.
What? It's a disc.
So you want 2 burgers? Huh?
You want 2 burgers. I'm like,
You
I'm
want
going to
2
charge you for 2
burgers.
burgers right now. That's what
Yeah.
I'm going to do. No.
Oh my god.
Is that how you would do
Yeah.
it? Cook 2, cut them in half, Frankenstein it together.
I don't know what. It was just like, if you're going to split something like that, I mean, you probably should each get your own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I
Well,
saw
we
that
went to the
ticket, it was just
steakhouse,
like,
that's
what
something
in
we
the
tried doing
world?
that. We'll try to do it at the steakhouse too. Order like a 12
Yeah.
ounce New York and be like half medium rare. Like that's not how this works.
Yeah.
It's not what we sell. Like, that's 2 different steaks. You want 2 different steaks? Order this says 6 ounce thing because that's initially what you're getting anyways. So order the 6 ounce over the 12 ounce.
Yeah. I don't know why people think that way.
I don't know either. That's crazy.
Again, I guess you can
But
start to
these
see a
things
trend.
happen.
This is kind of playing back to the
Yeah.
know what you're ordering thing.
Yeah.
But
it
it's, I guess, yeah. The thing I always have to tell people is like, I can cut it in half before I cook it, but like, there's going to be different amounts of like fat content, especially when I'm
Everything.
talking about steak.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be all these
Yeah.
variables. One of you is probably going to get a bad piece of steak.
Yeah. Yes.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
One of you, I'm not.
And then
be
you're
able
going to
please
complain,
them.
and then
Yes.
you're going to blame the kid. You're going to blame us and
Yes.
say their steaks just aren't that great. It's
Yeah.
just like, no, you're not that great. You're a terrible customer. Fuck off.
No, you're not that great. Nah. You're the one who messed up here, not me, player. That was on you. This
'Cause
one's on you.
It's another one. Another
Take
pet
an
peeve
L.
when the customer makes a mistake and then blames the restaurant
Yeah, for not knowing what they ordered.
for not knowing what they ordered,
Yeah.
for like, basically for something that they ruined or did
Yeah.
something like that. Like if they could
Yep.
fuck something
Oh,
up.
I forgot to tell you I didn't want mushrooms on this. Or, oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
this had mushrooms on it.
It's just
What?
like- and then they get all upset.
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you get upset with us for your mistake?
Yeah.
That's how you know an experienced server where you order something and they ask the question that shouldn't really have to be asked, but like that comes with mushrooms and onions. Is that okay? The mushroom and onion burger comes with
Yeah.
mushrooms and onions. Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I don't like
mushroom and
mushrooms. Can I take
onion
the mushrooms
burger.
off? You got it.
Yeah.
Why'd I ask? Because
Mushroom
I don't
and
trust
onion
you.
burger.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't trust people anymore.
And it's not your fault. It's everyone else that came before you
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
ruined it for me. I had a server that I trained, and I trained them to ask for temps on burgers. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
They took that to mean you should ask temp for everything. You want a chicken sandwich? How'd you like that cooked?
Oh, hell no.
And the customers just, medium. Medium? Like, you got it. Yeah, can I see Jessica? Jessica? You typed in medium for this chicken sandwich. I don't understand.
Yeah.
And they're
What
like,
do
yeah,
you-
that's how the guest wants it. Like, no.
Jessica, did you ask them if they wanted it, or did they say that? Because that's going to depend on whether or not I'm about to eat your ass out or chew your ass
Oh.
out.
Whoa, Jessica.
Well, hello. I'm
Is this
messing
a
up next
punishment
time.
or a reward?
I
Who knows?
Eat my ass out.
Jessica, if you fuck this up, eat your ass
I'm
out.
gonna eat your ass.
Hypothetical Jessica is over 18, just so you know.
Right.
Oh, no, so HR's getting a call either way.
Oh, this isn't happening
Yeah,
during
right.
business hours. Your mileage will vary by chef.
wow.
Yeah. Sorry, that really got me though. Eat your ass out.
Oh, that was my Freudian slip. Whoop.
Yep.
There's a lot more where that
Slipped
came
right
from.
into Jessica. Slip.
Oh,
I'm gonna tongue punch you in the brown eye.
right. You ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat?
Want to?
Want to?
There's a whole convention for that.
No, they're actually. Thank you, Atlanta, for all your conventions and non-conventional hobbies.
This is a beautiful city. It's the most beautiful, nastiest, grungiest, most
Oh, yeah.
delicious city in the world.
It's always funny whenever I go to like Dragon Con and things like that, because now it's like if I stay in a hotel, it's like I know weird shit has happened in this room.
Oh, absolutely.
I know there has been some of the weirdest and kinkiest sex in this room.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And I'm going to sleep the best sleep I've ever had in
Yeah.
this bed.
Oh, shout out to Furry Weekend Atlanta. I don't think it gets weirder than that.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. There's a lot. Frolicon probably gets a little bit weirder because then it's
Oh.
not just furries. It's everybody's there, and they're there for the kink.
Oh, we there.
Oh baby, baby.
Oh, the king.
I couldn't
Oh.
imagine doing that.
Call me daddy.
I don't want to call you daddy anymore.
Yeah, I think I had a lot more pet peeves
thought we
back
had a
when I
thing
was
going.
younger, but the older I get now, it's just like, are they really worth it? It's like, I can have all these pet. I mean, I do have a pet peeve about like being organized and clean restaurants and things like that, but
Yeah, okay, that's
Mm.
one.
is it a bad thing? I mean, it's a good pet peeve to have, I guess. I don't know. It's not something that personal that like I just have to do. I think the whole kitchen should be doing that, but
It's a pet peeve, but it's one that's beneficial.
It's
Because I'm the
beneficial,
same way.
yeah.
I definitely feel the same way. Like when I'm at work, I like things to be organized, clean, everything
Yeah.
like that. And it's hard to do when you're cramped for space. So that you're trying to find
Yeah.
things, and you can look messy as hell, but it's like at least I know where everything is.
Yes.
And at least my cutting boards are clean. I'm constantly wiping everything down. I'm sweeping up after myself. I'm still, like you gotta stay on top of this stuff.
Yes.
But then I hate it when I have somebody walk in and all of a sudden it's just like they'll just like be like, I don't know, like carrying a cup or something, and then they'll be like, oh, I need to go do this, and they just walk off, and just like it's like basically just drop whatever they're doing wherever they're standing and just like whoop.
Coming in the morning, opening shift, and you see all the deli cups and all people's drinks from the night before. Driving me fucking crazy. Like, I'm not your damn mom. I'm not throwing this shit away.
I have to say that all the time. I'm not your mother.
Not your mother.
I'm not your mother.
Clean up after yourself.
I'm not a custodian.
That's all I'm asking. Clean up after yourself.
So yeah, it's one of those things I always have to. And everyone, I know it because they think that it seems like it's no big deal. Like, oh, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. You act like I'm not going to clean it. You act like I'm never going to clean anything. I'm like, the point is that you don't have to wait until that dredge has solidified and turned into a mess that you're going to have to take steel wool and scrub off, when you could just take the rag that I told you to put on your hip and wipe it off.
Yeah.
All you had to do was wipe it off. Why the fuck is that hard?
Right. It's not, but it does. Not putting trash bags in trash cans.
Yeah.
Pet peeve.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not the worst. That's not my biggest pet peeve about that kind of stuff.
You mean like trash bag overnight? Like no bag the next morning?
Like at the end of the night, you're closing, or whoever closed, saying took the trash out and whatever. And then they just leave an empty trash bag. So then when I get there in the morning, I got to go get the trash bags and could put them in. When you guys could have just did all this. Like, we set up trash cans from AM to PM, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I take my shift out at the end of my AM shift, take the trash out, put a new trash bag in there. It's ready for you to go, fresh and clean. Yeah. But PM shift, they'll close down their station, rip all the trash bags out, and then just leave them all out back. And then I got to bring in 15 fucking trash cans and put trash bags in every single one of them.
Yeah. I don't know about leaving them outside, but like my whole thought process on that, like originally, like I've gotten more into the habit of doing it because I know that it helps me, especially where I'm working now, where it's like the kitchen closes before everything else ends. So that you guys need possibly some trash. But my brain always tells me it's like those things need to be empty by morning. Yeah. Like I don't want to come back the next day and those things have, a bunch of freaking trash sitting in them again, because I'm just like, I don't like that. It gets into my little OCD brain.
See?
That's why I leave no trash bags. It's because then it's like that way. It's like a guaranteed. It's like I know that I don't need to throw anything else away. I'm going to leave these things empty, so that way I don't walk in tomorrow and I put those fresh trash bags in. They're completely empty. There's no way anybody's going to walk in here and tell me that there's been food left overnight. There's no way to know that if I walk in and I smell something bad or rancid, I know it's not coming from a trash can. I know it's coming from something in the kitchen that needs to get thrown out.
That's true.
But I also get the other way where I'm like, I do want to set you up for success.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have to waste a bunch of time, especially if you got like 15 trash cans that you're using.
Well, we had like 8. I exaggerate with the 15, but it's still.
Oh, you're
8.
only off by 7.
Yeah, right. I only doubled it. A bit of an exaggeration there.
I'd say my only pet peeve with that is if someone does put a trash bag back in when the bottom of the can has like juices and stuff, which is typically more of a front of house thing because you're throwing away bottles that have some beer left in it and all these liquids. It's like, don't just spray it out with the hose. Don't put a trash bag in it. Let it air out at night, but clean it. Yeah, because it reeks.
Yes, it does. Ugh. Yes, it does.
I hate that.
All smelled that shit.
Oh God, yeah. Especially like somebody's like you just got back.
Yeah.
From like a day off or like a couple of days off or something like that, and you can just smell it already. You're like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, take that trash bag out. You can guarantee that it's like something's like tomato juice and like all the other stuff that's been leaking out of a bag for like 3 days, just like stewing in the bottom of it,
marinating down.
Yeah, it's like 90 degrees in there too. So it's like, ooh, it's just. You want some trash can soup? You want some trash can soup, Karen?
So it definitely seems like the pet peeves are really centered around our experience with each other and like the work environment. Like customers, there's stuff that happens, but the people you deal with day to day over the course of your career.
Yeah, people with bad habits.
Yeah.
That's who I have to deal with the most of, other people's bad habits. Which, I mean, I'm sure I have my own bad habits at the same time, and there's probably some out there that's like, oh, I hate when Sean Paul does this. Like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I know how that feels, but...
My wife hates it. Like I have my own system for how everything is kind of done behind the bar. And to me, it's controlled chaos, and to her, it's chaos.
Yeah. See, perspective.
You can just set stuff down, but like, there's a reason I'm going to come back to it.
See, that's what I was talking about. You would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It works for me.
Put it
Actually,
back
it
in
works
its
for
place.
me and Rich.
Yeah,
Just
that would,
saying.
I would be losing my fucking mind.
Yes, I would lose my mind. Too.
But I do have my own pet peeves. Like when you go, you got the dishwasher behind the bar. I expect you to have small glasses to large glasses, front to back. That way, I can grab
Yeah.
4 pint glasses at a time, 4 low balls at a time. I want to be able to grab as many as a time to put them back. And if they're all just mishmashed in there, all of a sudden I gotta like
Yeah,
work my way
I
around.
see that. I see that.
Yeah, I see that.
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Especially when it's busy, like if you don't have a bar back, you gotta put those glasses back up, lickety split before before you know it, you're out of highballs, you're out of pint glasses.
Lickety split. Is Jessica here?
Right?
Lickety. We performed a lickety split.
On your face.
She got the job.
Hey.
She got the job. You are on the casting couch.
How you doing?
Right.
OnlyFans coming soon-ish, if ever.
If ever. There is an if there, though. That
There
does
is.
not rule it out.
If you see this
That is
laptop
not-
start to
window
rise on its
possible.
own, you'll know.
There's a window of possibility. Depends on what happens. See how broke we go.
Oh, my gosh.
We can sell out.
We can sell out. I don't.
I got to get permission from my wife, but I
Right,
feel like she'll be
same
on
here.
board.
Would it be all right if, like, we had like the whole cast just like had a group OnlyFans,
Oh,
like
okay.
it's the 3 of us doing feet pics?
Oh,
Ta-
no.
feet pics and tasteful nudes.
Yeah.
We'll stay tasteful. I mean, Sean does have a kid. I don't
Right?
think he wants to go online someday and find his dad. So
No.
tasteful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Very tasteful. Very tasteful. You guys do the tasteful, all right? I'll do the lewd stuff.
Right.
I'm single as hell right now. I have no problem with my
Right.
pictures being
I
online.
can be as
Let's
nasty
go.
as I want.
For the
Let's
for the
go.
protection of the public, that's going to be behind a paywall. You need to
Oh yeah.
need to dedicate if you want those pics.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Contribute to my Patreon.
Contribute to my eye surgery.
Please pay for my new car. And it's just like me, like on a tractor, butt naked, with like eating like
Oh,
a
hell
freaking
no.
like chili dog, dripping all over myself.
Chefbods.com.
Oh,
Dude,
shit.
I'm starting that.
Yeah, I was like, that
That's a
could be
good
pretty
idea.
good. That might be pretty good actually. That might sell. Chef buds.
Ooh.
If you want a bod like this, I got a 6-step program.
Yeah.
I got a 6-pack program.
A 6-pack. It's not the 6-pack you're thinking of.
Right?
It's
It
just
leads to a 12-pack.
can't stop coughing.
From a 6-pack to a
Leads to a
12-pack
24-pack.
steps.
Oh yeah, it leads to a 24-pack and a sack full of crystals.
Yeah. And maybe some regrets sprinkled in there.
Just it's a little bit of
Regrets.
Sean, that
Oh,
wasn't the
wow.
regret. That was the crack.
Oh shit.
There's a simple solution. Oh man, we got to get him on here.
We do.
Love that,
Aiden's got some really funny stories, and we've been
Oh yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about.
yeah. You've been telling me about this cat.
Yeah. So he always starts off his story with, "There's a simple solution to that," and
Yep.
next thing he'll just start the craziest thing in the world.
All right.
There's a simple solution. Blank never killed anybody.
Yep.
A little blank never killed anybody. Yeah, you're.
That's pretty good goal. Like he literally like he walked up to me one day and I was like complaining about like my bills and everything like that for a little bit. I was just venting, just trying to blow off some steam. He walks over, he's like, "There's a simple solution for that, You gotta sell that dick."
Yep.
And he goes right into a
Sell
story about how his friend is like sitting in a car in a parking deck somewhere. And like he's just minding his own business, trying to smoke a cigarette and unwind after work. He's just chilling. And some random dude just walks up to him and just like knocks on his window. He
Wants to
rolls
buy
it
that
down.
D?
Huh?
And wanted to buy the D?
No, he just
Oh.
he rolls the window down. He's like, "Hey man, what you doing out here?" He's just like, "I'm just chilling." He's just like, "You got money troubles?" He's like, "Well, everybody does, right?"
Yeah, right? It's
Like,
one of the
yeah, you know
restaurants.
what you should do? Just sell that dick.
Sell it.
Doesn't know the guy. Doesn't know him at all. And so
Oh.
a stranger is telling this another stranger, "Hey man, you should sell that dick."
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Simple
Or,
solutions, man.
yeah.
Simple
Words
solutions.
of wisdom just getting
Yeah,
dropped.
words of wisdom. Life lessons. Sometimes you just gotta sell the D.
That's right. See, the critical thinking error is that you think that you have to give the D away for free. That's the
Mm.
problem. You gotta no. This is an
Gotta market
exclusive D.
that.
There's only one of your D.
That is true.
That is very true. There's only one Sean Paul D.
Yes, it's married now, so
Yeah, that D's taken for.
that day's taken. It's
Yeah.
off the market.
So it's the rarest of rare Ds now.
yeah,
So until you've got to really start thinking about Gio's college fund.
right.
I'm doing this for you, son.
Boy, you better learn.
It'll be like that scene from Braveheart, like at the very end, just like strapped to a table, just like Gio.
Brown eyes wide shut party.
Oh hell no.
Brown
This is
eyes
all
wide
one
shut.
today,
I love
boys.
it.
I know.
I feel like that's a porn parody that needs to be made.
If
We're
it has
making
knots.
We're making a clear effort. This is basically kitchen talk. We're just bringing it to your living room.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's another one of my pet peeves though, is when people can't work and can't talk at the same time. So it's like if they'll just get into a conversation, they just stop working, and I'm just like, okay, we're still
Yeah,
busy, guys.
Yeah.
We still got shit to do.
You got to learn to multitask.
Yeah.
I
it's-
mean, like, I was guilty of that at one point in time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, especially in my younger days. I would be like good at first when we start the conversation, but then once I get fully into it, like I'm fully invested in this conversation now. Whatever the fuck I was doing before that, that can wait.
Knives are down.
I'll
press
circle
stops.
back around to that. We'll circle back to that because the chefs used to come along and be like, "Sean Paul, you just stand there talking." I'm like, "Yeah, let me just finish the story." You know what I'm saying? I'm really into like chef. Get back to work. All right. 5 minutes. I'm almost done. Just give me a second. I was talking about something.
I hate that stuff. It's like if you can't do both at the same time. If you can't work and talk at the same
Yes,
time, choose
yes.
work, please. Because
Well, then stop talking to me then. Choose to stop talking. Stop talking to me then.
fine, we'll all ignore you.
Yes, just
you
ignore me
you are
then.
now the prep
'Cause
cook that doesn't
if
speak
you
a lick
come-
of English and
Yes.
is deaf.
Yes. That's the only way you'd have to treat that because you come up and start a conversation, especially if it's a good conversation. Now, if it's just a small talk conversation, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I can sit there and bullshit with you all day long. But you ask me about a serious question about, like, especially like the aliens burning down Hawaii. Oh, I got some conspiracy theories about this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure aliens burned down Maui or Hawaii or whatever's burning down right now.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
that's
like a
right,
beam
Hawaii.
of light
Yeah,
and
Maui.
shit. You see that beam of light, dog? Aliens are just like, nope, burning it down.
Now Goku's fighting Frieza.
And Goku's fighting. So yeah, see, yeah, conspiracy theories. Don't come up to me trying to talk conspiracy theories, you know, while I'm working because I'm like, oh, what do you think about this?
That's another good
I think rainbows are man-made, but I mean,
relation between front and back. And I'm guilty of it too, where especially if a guest is talking to you.
Oh yeah, pulling yourself away.
Yeah, because it's not just like coworkers; it's people that you're serving, and you want to like, especially if you have like a regular that you enjoy talking to. They're constantly so, and eventually they learn. Like I can be halfway down the bar, and they're still talking to me as I'm trying to like pour drinks and do other stuff. So they're actively stopping me from getting into other conversations. Like they're
Oh,
just
wow.
trying to like monopolize.
yeah, monopolize.
Like
your
you're
time.
my bartender
Yeah,
now.
You're my bartender today.
Some of them are like that. And like, hey, come on, where like the customer can't let go.
Yeah.
And I've been guilty of standing there, getting into a conversation, and I've had another bartender like tap me on the shoulder, like, "Hey man, I need some help." Look around. Oh shit.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, you do need help, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
You got to
I'll
learn
get
to
back
just turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to separate. You got to break off from those
You
conversations.
got to break off. Yeah. Or do some teamwork. You know, you got to give a little signal so your other bartender comes over. "Hey, can you help me in the back real quick? Come on. You got to run. You got to go.
There you go.
Oh, thank God. Which is also helpful when
Yeah.
someone is just
Oh
talking
God.
getting the ear off.
Yeah.
My kids and my stuff. You're like, whoa, Jesus, this is a lot.
All right.
This is a lot of
Too
baggage.
much. Too much.
Too much.
much.
I got my
too
own
much.
problems, bro.
I don't know what to tell you.
Trying to have a good day today. You're bringing me down.
Right.
We were all having a good day, Brian.
You
We
had
were
to
having a good day.
bring up the scene.
We were all- But yeah, please choose work just for the sake of getting the prep done.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
yeah,
I don't want to be like in
whatever.
the middle of a dinner rush and just be like, why don't I have this? Oh, well, I was getting into a really serious conversation about, the serial killer down the road that, everyone thinks exists, but I don't really think he exists.
No, I mean,
It's
that's
like,
a good
okay, you're doing it
conversation.
again, Brad. Shut up and get back to work.
I'll fix it now.
Focus that energy into your art.
to your heart.
Yeah, cut the bread into little knives, little serial killer knives. I don't know.
Oh,
There you go.
Just
There you
fucking
go.
do it.
Like, I just always wanted to know, like, is JFK actually dead?
Yes, he is. He had his brains blown out. Saw that. And they have a video of that shit. Bro.
I
He's
know
definitely
they
dead.
do.
What I think
And
he was a
Tupac.
double
Tupac's dead too.
We're theorizing about what more things that QAnon can jump onto.
Oh hell no. Yeah, that would be one of them.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, they already think everybody's lizard people, and Trump is like their savior. So wouldn't put it past anybody.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
They'd be like, JFK's been alive this whole time. It was a body double, I swear.
Who was running? Is it JFK Jr.? Is he running? Is he
Yeah.
trying to run?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
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 Holy crap!
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
Does he know what happened?
Yeah. He talks about it. There's already been threats on his life and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He's already scared
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
What in
Oh,
the
yeah.
world?
Yeah, I know. Right. I wouldn't do
That,
that.
that family has a bad luck when it
Oh,
comes to like
bad luck.
assassinations
Right,
and like
like-
scandals and stuff like that.
I'll stay away from politics if I was in that family. Definitely.
He seems like an alright guy. I don't know him.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting anything like that. I'm not sure anything about him really. I'm just saying like that family's not had the best run.
No,
No.
not the best. It's been a while though. Hopefully, we've figured out.
The curse is lifted.
Maybe don't use the convertible for the.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. Even the Pope is in a big glass box when he's on the road.
he's driving around for like with a Pope mobile.
We learned lessons from that one. Don't ride around in a convertible. Heard.
Just get like a big mascot. Put some dude in a big mascot costume.
Yeah, there you go.
Stop the steal. Stop the steal.
No, okay. What's another one of yours though? You got anything else?
Yeah, it's just trying. I've been trying to think. Not a lot bothers me nowadays. Kind of like let it go. Other than like I said, organization, things like that. But
Sean has ascended beyond the need for
yeah,
petty squabbles.
I have. Because now when I was younger, oh man, a lot of things irritated me, and I got older, and I was like, I wasted so much time getting irritated about these little pet peeves that how I wanted things and how I imagined things to go, but it's not gonna go that way. It never does, especially in the kitchen. There's always these variables. There's always things that go wrong. Yes, homeboy was having a conversation about JFK and he didn't slice the tomatoes, and now I'm out of it. But me yelling at him or me being upset about him not slicing tomatoes and getting sidetracked, what's that gonna solve right now? Like, okay, get the tomatoes cut now then. Let's just get that now. Okay, go get me the tomatoes. Let's slice it. Let's keep moving this bus along. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's not a lot of pet peeves that I'm trying to think of. I don't even think of like when I go out to eat are the things that bother me nowadays. Now I'm pretty relaxed, try to be a
I
pretty
got a couple
chill
of things like about
customer,
I do too.
you know?
that. You know, like when the restaurant's too dark.
Oh, really? You think that's bad?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
If
supposed
I have
be.
to pull my phone out and turn the flashlight on to read the menu,
yeah,
that's a kind of a pet peeve for me. I get the mood lighting.
yeah,
I
it's how it's
understand all
supposed
that
to
kind of
be.
stuff, but it's just if there's a line, and
Yeah,
I don't want to be sitting in like a restaurant pretending I'm a blind person.
yeah.
You are kind of
Right.
blind though.
I am blind, but I'm not
Colorblind, yeah.
actually like fully blind.
Just colorblind.
I'm colorblind and I have really bad eyesight. I really do. I need to get my
Oh.
glasses
We,
back.
we make our bar pretty dark late night.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's also the setting. Like if you're at a nicer place, proper, like you can have mood lighting and then have individual lights over the table
Yeah.
so you can see. But then in a place like where we are, you're in a bar, we turn everything kind of down. So yeah, you do end up having to
Especially like if
Find
you
the
sit in
old
any of
light
the
bulb
booths
on.
because, and I just wish there was more like options for you guys, like for us to have lighting on the tables because I don't mind that because you want the focus at a bar to be on the bar.
Agreed, yeah.
And so that's why you turn the other lights down and you keep your lights up, and then it's like, oh,
Ah,
there's the alcohol,
Yeah.
bitches. And so like that makes sense, but then you still have like people going and sitting on a booth trying to be a little bit more private or having a conversation. They're just like, so how was your day? Where I'm sorry. Oh shit, you're not Karen. My bad. Wrong table.
wrong
My bad.
table.
I just figure you'll feel your
That's
way
funny.
around.
That's
Right.
all. That's how you get cops called and you get kicked out for being sexually harassed. You know,
Right.
it's just kind of like,
Right.
oh my god, that was a tit. Down.
I know what's hit when I feel one.
Like, yeah, you're right. It was. Oh crap.
When I go to bars and if I get a bottle, draft, whatever, and they pour it wrong, they don't do the proper like angled pour to like keep the head under control, if it's from a bottle or a can, you pour it into the glass and they just kind of like dump it in there, so it's like all this head. I just want to like, if that happens, I request a glass and a bottle separately to do it myself.
Yeah.
Like you're driving me nuts because now I have a glass of half beer, half foam, and still half a bottle of beer, and I just look like a jackass.
You look like that 21-year-old who's just like sitting on the beach, like throwing all his frat buddies, just not knowing what he's doing.
No, no one wants to drink a glass of half foam, man.
No.
Especially with something
Well,
like Guinness. Pour
isn't that kind of a
correctly.
rule though? Aren't you supposed to? And I don't know what kind of beers you're drinking, but I know, especially with these heavy IPAs and double IPAs, you're supposed to pour them like that and then let them settle because you shouldn't just pour a beer and then immediately be able to pick it up and drink it. You're supposed to pour a beer, especially with IPAs.
There's an
all
amount.
those settlements.
There's amount of head that you pour.
There is an amount.
But
yes.
he's talking about like
When
if you pour that thing
that
in there
much,
and
yeah.
like it's just like just like no
It's
angle
half and
it's like-
half. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just adding extra
Right.
air. You want to pour it down the
That's
side
when
of
you
the
just make a
glass.
joke, being like,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that much head since high school.
Lucky you.
I know, right? It's been a while
Dude.
though. High school was like 20-something years ago.
Yeah, but you sweet. Were you just watching or were you participating?
Oh, I was just. Oh, wait. Both sometimes.
Both at the same
Hold
time.
on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
right?
I have to think about this.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I had to go way back. It was 20-something
What?
years ago.
20 years
A
ago.
long
Yeah,
ago.
I
What was
think
I doing?
I
Yeah,
definitely watched that one guy get
Yeah.
head.
definitely. I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more in there somewhere. I think I blocked it out because it was just so irritating. Same thing. Yeah. Eventually you're like, no, there's no reason for me to
Yeah.
I've got
have an
far
aneurysm
too much
over this.
anxiety and just to like not really I feel like have a reaction to these things half the time. Like I need to get medication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the pet peeves is like I can understand them. I'm very logical. I'm like I understand like that's probably that shouldn't bother me, but like the moment like I'm stressed out even a little
It
bit,
does.
my
Yes.
brain is already like a
Yes.
big ball of static where it's
Yeah.
just never stops making sounds.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
You're
it's
just
like if
what the fuck?
that going on nonstop and then having to add on the everyone else coming at me, then the extra sensory stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smallest pet peeve is just like
God,
I
when
just
people
and I'm just like alarms going off.
when
I'm
people put
freaking
their
out.
drinks on the side of the pool table at work, fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're a dick.
Yeah, that's
Do
just a big
not put-
no-no.
No, because it
It's rookie
rarely
mistakes
happens.
though, but I
the
mean,
second
yeah.
drink spills on that pool
Yeah,
table.
oh yeah, it sucks.
Mhm.
It's done. Yeah. Most of the time it's young people, and if you come up to them just like, hey, don't put your drink on the bar or on the pool tables, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, like
Put
think
it over
that shit
there.
through. We have a jukebox,
Yeah.
like a Touch Tunes. People will put their drinks on top of that.
Yeah,
It's like,
I've been guilty of that one too. Shit.
why? I get it's
'Cause it was
convenient.
there. It was convenient. Yeah, it was just convenient. It was there.
And then that's the same person that comes back to the bar, say, I lost my drink. Can I get another one?
yeah, you got to pay for it though.
Yeah, it's like
I
it's
mean,
not
yeah, absolutely.
You mean the one that's been sitting up there for 20 minutes that I watched you put up there?
Yeah. But you can
Oh,
drink.
yeah.
That shit's warm as hell
wait,
by now.
so-
You're not getting another one for free.
Yeah,
Ooh.
who
Hell
thinks that if they lose their beer, they get a free drink? It's
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
If
somebody
someone
please tell
knocks
me.
over your drink, I'll work with you. But if you lose your drink, it's on
yeah.
you.
Like,
Yeah, because that happened to me one time. I was at my brother's bachelor party, and we went to this like bar nightclub, and it was pretty busy and whatnot. And I had just ordered my beer and was literally turning around trying to make it through this crowd, and this drunk dude just bumped into me and broke my beer. And I was like, man, accidents happen. I mean, I was like 2 feet from the bar, so I turned around. How the bartender didn't see it, but I explained. I was like, hey, homeboy just knocked my beer out of my hand. Can I get another one? And we need to get this cleaned up. And he acted annoyed with me. I was like, bro, like, dog, this isn't my fault. Like, and anyway, in this point in time, but it's almost one of those things. Like, I think it annoyed him because it must happen a lot.
yeah.
And by that time, I just happened to be the person that was like, told him for the 50th time that day, like, hey, somebody bumped into me and knocked my beer over,
Yeah.
or da 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 da, you know. And he was just like, I'm so fucking done with this. I was like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'll pay for the next one then if it's that big of a deal.
Oh my god, yeah. So there was definitely there's just
Yeah.
some guy
Yeah.
running around the bar, knocking everyone's drinks out of their hands, giggling to himself, like, "Oh,
Right.
Steve's gonna hate me."
The second that happens, you pinpoint the dude that's knocking into other people. Like, yo, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cut
He's
off.
done.
You're
Stop.
causing issues.
Stop costing us money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no. They're
I think
odd.
pet peeves can also just come out of it just happening so many times to you, and you eventually just get annoyed by it happening. You're just like, I'm so sick and tired
Oh,
of this
yeah.
happening.
Or
This happens
someone
every single day.
Like food,
How
like,
do we fix this?
like there are foods that I don't like to make anymore because I've made them so much,
Yeah.
and like those are like kind of like pet peeves to me. Every time I see nachos come in, I'm like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah, you don't even
Fucking
eat
hate you.
nachos because of that.
No, I won't
Yeah.
eat nachos
Yeah.
ever again because of that fucking no. Fuck it.
And nachos are delicious, bro.
No,
I
they're evil.
fucks with the
They're
nachos. No,
Satan's
they're
food.
not, bro.
They're Satan's food.
Melted cheese, jalapenos, put a little barbecue chicken or this or steak. I'll fuck some nachos up. A whole heap of
God,
nachos.
I could no. So like things like that. So it's like even seeing that just gets my blood boiling a little
Not
bit.
putting
Just,
enough cheese on nachos. That's a pet peeve. Fuck you. How do you not put enough fucking cheese on it? Why? Why do I always have to ask for extra cheese?
this is the thing is because nachos are difficult depending on where you are because they're
Yeah.
not always like stacked right in my opinion.
And the cheese
Yeah.
quality matters.
Yes, cheese quality
Yes, it
definitely
does.
matters.
Some of it turns into like
Yes.
Elmer's glue and just
Oh,
terrible cement.
but they don't layer it correctly.
yeah.
So, because they'll just, there's this gigantic pile of nachos. Oh my God, it looks so good. But the cheese is only on the top.
All the way on the top.
And
yeah.
so it's like by the time you're done, you're just eating a plate of, like, chips.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, annoys me.
no, so it's like if you're going to do like the big stacks, you can't just be like
Cheese sauce on the bottom of the plate also.
Cheese
I always
sauce on the
put
bottom.
cheese sauce on the bottom of my plate.
layer, sauce,
A little
layer,
Mornay. If you want to be
sauce.
technical, it's called a Mornay. Cheese sauce.
Yes.
Mornay?
Mornay.
Mornay is a cheese sauce. It's the original cheese sauce. Basically taking a bechamel and adding cheese to it.
Yeah.
Those are two words. I have no idea what they mean.
Ah,
Or I guess
Oh,
I
you
know what
don't know your
Mornay
mother's
means.
sauces?
right?
A bechamel?
A bechamel.
Bechamel.
Bechamel is just a milk sauce. It's something you put on like a pasta,
Yeah.
a lasagna.
Okay.
It's really delicious. I made a lasagna bechamel the other day.
Learn it.
I'm not a
It's
big
fire.
fan of lasagnas, to be
What?
honest with you.
Don't like anything. Nachos, lasagna.
I said, no, I'll eat it. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
Italian foods. I love everything in a lasagna. I
Yeah.
just I like my pasta served differerently. I don't like
Yeah.
it served like in pie form.
All right, fair.
In nacho form, stacked, layered.
Oh.
I mean, it's the same. I wonder if, yeah.
I just have an aversion to stacked
yeah,
foods.
right? Stacked foods, yeah.
I just can't eat like that anymore. I used to be able to eat like pasta, pizza, like kill a whole pizza by myself. I can't do it anymore. Now pasta is so thick and rich and filling that I can't get through like even two normal portion sizes of lasagna.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm a pasta fiend. I will always be a pasta fiend. I'm still killing it. I love
Yeah.
it. So much. I love the pasta.
The pasta.
It is
The
my
pasta.
favorite food in the fucking world. I love spaghetti, but I don't mind a good like tagliatelle.
Mm.
Oh God.
What about
Raviolis
pet
are
peeves,
good.
like reading recipes online? My pet peeve of reading recipes online are like when they go into telling you a fucking story
Yeah.
about how they grew up on a farm and their grandfather did this every morning, milking the cows, and they did this. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. None of that,
It's
bro.
like if your food isn't
Or
telling
how
me the
they
story,
went to
I don't need you
Argentina,
telling me the story.
Like, I went to here and I had this, and this is the recipe that I made now. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Give me the ingredients, bro. I just want to know the ingredients and the recipe. What'd you use? Like, oh, okay. Because then I'm just looking at that recipe anyways and being like, okay, I like this, this, and this is how I'm going to do it. So I just need to look at recipes as guidelines. I don't need to hear a fucking story. I don't need to know how you grew up on a farm or how you visited Spain last summer or your grandmother was from China and this is the recipe that she came over to America with. Like, no one gives a fuck. No one.
Yeah.
Not one person.
All
has
chefs
ever,
are pretentious. I think that's all it is. It's a blog, but they get you with the recipes.
That's what I'm
and the
saying.
food.
I'm like, I don't even know half these people are actually chefs.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
they're
know
just kind of like
either.
home cooks, and
Yeah.
they just
Oh,
they
well,
like
yeah.
run a
the way they
website,
tell their stories, yeah, it's just yeah.
and it's just it's got okay. That's another one I'm going to bring up then because this is going to tie directly into it. Because I'm going to agree with you. I hate that stuff because it's all they're trying to do is like give you the story because. They're like, this is what's the inspiration
Yeah.
for my recipe.
Yes, inspiration.
And I need you to know the story of how it was created for you to really appreciate the layers of flavor. And like, fuck you. I don't care. Like, just
Shut the fuck
blow
up.
me. Like, I just shut
Just
up.
blow me.
It's so romanticized, and I hate it because that's what happened to the industry a lot, and like, especially with Food Network and everything. It's just everything is so romanticized to the point where everybody needs to, like, every recipe. It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich all of a sudden needs a 12-page book about how it's just like, this is what inspired me to make the jelly this way, and these are the peanuts I chose because I was at a carnival one time and I didn't like the nuts there, so I was going to go find the perfect nut. The perfect nut. And I found it with my boyfriend Greg. And I found him so.
It was at a farmer's market.
It was at a farmer's market.
And then they start telling you about the farmer's market and how they win and how.
It's just a giant euphemism for how he just got, you know, he's basically sucking Greg off.
Yeah, basically.
It's just, there
and
you go.
then him and Greg got in an argument.
Like, no, he nutted in my face, and I was like, that's the flavor.
I'm looking for.
At least you'll have, like, the Food Network. Bartenders get, like, Cocktail with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's true.
And
You guys do
damn
not
good
get.
movie.
You guys are pretty represented, like, as far as
There's
this stuff.
John
some, like,
Taffer, I'm
Netflix
just
shows
saying,
now.
Bar Rescue.
No,
That's one of my favorite shows.
I do
watching
love
that.
the show, but
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
shows
shit on John
disasters.
Taffer, but I hate the show. I don't care for him.
Why not?
Oh,
You
really?
can watch these people just go from disaster.
Because
It's just such-
all it does is paint the industry in a bad light. It doesn't.
That's
cooking
true.
channels
It just-
show like
it
here's
puts
the amazing
a light
food.
on the bad part of the industry.
That's all. Yeah,
It's
that's
not-
all he shows, and
it's
that's
not
like
painting
there's
the whole
so much
industry.
good to it, but all he's showing is like, I can make it better.
Yeah,
It's like that's cool, but you're not showing the great side of bartending. You're just showing how bad a lot of bars are.
Yeah, you're absolutely
Which is
right. in
fair. A
that.
lot of them are bad.
Yeah.
and they should get better. But
Yeah.
man.
I will definitely give you that. I think that the especially bartenders are just kind of like misrepresented in public. There's no, like, we got romanticized, but you guys just got left behind.
Like every bartender has to build their own reputation.
Yeah.
It's not like
Now this is where it differs though, because you're in the limelight, you're not really all that great, represented. But hipsters did you guys a favor.
yeah.
did they?
I was gonna say
Because
mixology,
you see these suspender wearing motherfuckers walking around with their I'm
Oh,
wearing
you
a
mean
ponytail.
like the really
Yeah.
crafty?
Yeah, like
Yes.
because they've become a meme themselves, and
Yes.
their whole personality essentially is just like, oh, can you taste the smoky flavors coming from this whiskey? And
Right.
it's like, kinda. Thanks for telling me.
kind of.
But yeah, that's,
Now that you mention it,
it's
yeah, I
like,
do
but
now.
Thank you brought it to my attention, so I appreciate
All
it.
right, is it subliminal then? Is it
Oh,
because they
God.
tell you that
But-
and then it's just there now?
But that's the
So
equivalent.
they kind of did it on the underground.
Matt, the whole like the food blog before the post. The equivalent is the hipster bartender. Oh, this mezcal, it's delicious. Tastes like cigarettes.
Damn, I don't think
dad's
that's
truck.
good. Oh shit!
Yes.
It reminds me of my grandmother's home. Mildew and cobwebs. Yes.
No, when they talk about certain liquors and they try to give you all this detail, like I don't get wine, and I equate a lot of the same stuff where it's like, here's all these notes. You're like, yeah, you got
Mhm.
notes of hickory and smoke and Gruyere.
Gruyere.
Like, no, it tastes like shit.
It tastes like rocks.
It tastes like rocks. It tastes like cigarettes. Some mezcal's good. What you're drinking right now that you're like, oh, the taste, like, no. Tastes like ass.
Oh wow!
You just have bad taste.
Yeah.
Your palate sucks,
Your
bitch.
palate sucks. Or vice versa. You gotta look at it from their perspective. Maybe they think the same thing about you. Like, oh, your palate sucks if you're not like mentioning these things. 'Cause
Yes.
it's like with all things we get into. Like,
And that's what I'm trying to say.
you
Like,
not liking
at the end of the
nachos. It's
day,
not gonna make me say like you don't like nachos. Your palate sucks. It's just like I can describe a perfect nacho to you, but if you don't like nachos, it doesn't matter to you. So
No, I
Yeah.
can respect the flavors though, because I used to like nachos.
yeah,
It was just
working in a restaurant, I know you told me that.
just
You
no
just make
more.
nachos.
But yeah, the romanticism is like what bothers me because it just became so over the top.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
it's not to say that it doesn't exist. Like you don't get a Michelin star for not having that level of passion behind it. You become one of the greatest restaurants in the world without having a story behind how you created that dish
yeah,
or having some kind of inspiration behind the dish.
Mhm.
yeah.
But to think that that has to be every dish in the world. That has to be every program. That has to be every restaurant. That's going to be everywhere. And it's just like, and now everyone who like it cooks is all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, there's such like a struggling art. Oh my god, I'm so impressed. It's just like, why?
I took my wife to Bacchanalia, which is a 1-star Michelin restaurant in Atlanta. Um, I'm assuming the more stars you have, the more you really have to earn it. Uh, but that experience for like having experienced my first Michelin star restaurant, the atmosphere was, it was fine dining. The atmosphere was great. It was a multi-course meal. But aside from that experience, I've had better food. I've had just like burgers at simple places. Like, this is delicious. It's intentional. There's only like 5 things on the menu. This is great. Whereas the Michelin star restaurant was like, I get it's supposed to last an hour or two, but I don't feel like outside of the ambiance that I'm really getting something that is worth this $130 price tag for the prefix menu.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like, I'd rather spend $20 on a really good burger and just, enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Perspectives.
Yeah. And because I've had the exact same experiences before,
Yeah.
It's like you had somewhere like super fine dining and just so nice, and you're like, ooh, I can't wait to try this. Yeah, let me get the beef's tongue. Let me get this. Let me get that. And then you eat it. You have a good time. Food's great.
Yeah, the food's good.
Food's good, and it's really delicious. And then you just go out and you're like, you want to go get some tacos?
Yeah, right.
Look, I'm still hungry. Like small plates,
Yeah.
portions are great, because it's the experience. It's
Yeah.
the experience.
Yeah.
But I'm still hungry. I'm gonna go get some tacos.
Yeah.
And those tacos, I'm gonna be sitting there just devouring. Like, oh, that's
These are
good.
Fire.
This is good, man.
This
You know
is
why? Because
fire.
everyone loves tacos. I'll
Yeah.
never get sick of a taco.
All right, good answer. Good answer on that.
Like,
I
fuck
do love
nachos.
tacos.
I'll always eat tacos.
That's true. Okay, respected that then. As long as you haven't got rid of the tacos, especially good street tacos.
Oh, yes.
man.
Good street tacos. We like the
are my
milagro
favorite. Yes.
tortillas.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like, and it has to be the right tortilla. Like the brand we always buy is Milagros, because like it's just it's too authentic for me.
Yeah, that's a pet
No,
peeve
I'm not
of
thinking
mine.
of Milagros actually. No, I'm thinking of something else. Because Milagros is the big one. That's the one I used to use at the store. It's another one, but it's like this. It's like $1 for like a freaking pack or whatever like that. You pick them at like a Mexican, grocery stores and shit.
Yeah, the good
Fucking
places.
delicious.
That's where you find all the
And that's
good
where
food,
you also
tacos.
find like the best taquerias is in the
Oh,
back of those
yes.
Mexican grocery stores.
Yes.
Everything's fresh.
Yes.
Everything's delicious.
Yes.
Oh my, it's mind blowing tacos back there.
Fire. Fire. But food trucks getting so expensive, that was a pet peeve of mine. That used to annoy the shit out of me. I couldn't believe like when food trucks first started charging so much for all their food. It's like, I understand, like, but it's like, at the same time, it's like you're gonna charge me $3 a taco, $3 for each taco. So I get that's $9 for some tacos. That like no. Like back in the day, like when food trucks first started, that's why we went to food trucks like late at nighttime. They were $1 a taco, bro. I'd go there and get 5 tacos for $5. Nowadays, it's like, oh, you want 3 tacos? Oh, that'll be $24. I'm like, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
$19 for 3 tacos? Like, come on now. And that's off a food truck. You don't even have that high of overhead, Like you already.
More you would think, because
Well, yeah, you still
depends on
lease
where
the
you're-
vehicles and all.
depends
those
on
things.
where you're at.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
more expensive. The vehicle to the food to
The prep kitchen,
the
because you still need a
gas.
kitchen.
Yeah, but the
yeah.
brick and mortar is way more expensive than a food truck.
Oh
'cause
yeah.
you got a $100,000 loan, or you got a
You're paying for that building.
yeah.
You're paying for the building. You're paying for your
Yeah.
utilities. Everything
Yeah.
else is going in there.
Mm.
That's all you. Whereas, like, if you're renting out a prep kitchen, that's as much as far as your
Just
overhead
sucks
goes.
because I
You're
love
paying
food
rent.
truck tacos. I love food trucks. I love that food, but it's just now it's like so damn expensive. It's like what? I'm paying you $24 to get on a paper plate. Like get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Artisan street food, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Yeah, food trucks getting that expensive did surprise me, but I
Yeah.
also understood the numbers, so I was just like,
yeah,
all right.
of course I do
Everything
too.
got more expensive.
That's why it's a pet peeve. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna bitch about it, but I'm still gonna go
Yeah.
and enjoy them.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna pay the $24. I'm still like, don't think that I'm hating on you and I'm not gonna come see you and give you my business. It's just a pet peeve because it annoys me. I'm like, God, This used to be so cheap, and now it's
Yeah.
so expensive.
Yeah.
I sound like the grandfather, like back in my day. Like, fuck.
I mean, hell, a
Back
basic
in my
burger
day,
now
a
is
movie
like,
ticket used to cost 25 cents, and now it's $12.
now a basic
back
burger's
in my
like
day.
$13
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
why
fucking
it's just a pet
crazy.
peeve. It's something I'm like, you know what? Give me a platform. Let me get up on my soapbox real quick and bitch about fucking food truck prices.
So you got the time on there, so I'll let you make the call.
Oh no, we're definitely there. I think.
Like we're there.
Yeah. So I think it's a good time to start closing out a little bit.
All right.
That was
the
fun.
Food truck rant.
Yeah,
All right.
I
heard
needed that.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got everything out in the open. Did all that kind of shit.
Right.
I will admit, like I know I'm an angry cook. As much as I work on it, as much as I go through therapy, and as much as I have improved, I am
Nice.
very much an angry cook.
Yeah.
And these pet peeves aren't exactly the root cause. Like I definitely know it's mainly my mental state,
Okay.
but they don't help.
Yeah.
Uh,
They don't help, right?
They don't help at all. Because
Yeah.
like I was saying earlier, like imagine like a TV static. Like you're watching that. Like imagine that in my and that's what's going on in my head at all times. Just so many things
Yeah.
happening that it's just this like jumbled up mess of like, and it's loud.
It's on full volume.
No, almost all the
And
time.
Somebody ripped the volume button off.
Yeah, and so it's
Somebody took the batteries out of the remote and left it on full volume.
they just left. Someone else's problem. It's someone else's problem now.
Left.
It's now every manager I've ever had's boss. Every boss I've ever had, that's their problem now. And so, yeah, so it's like it doesn't take much. Those pet peeves, like something like in the middle of it. Like I said, if I get stressed out, if I'm working, like I'm still able to operate. It's amazing. Like I'm still trying to listen to everybody. But just remember, like I have that in the background at the same time. So every time you're talking to me, like you talk to me right now, like that's in the background. And so it's the moment something else trips me up. Like I'll be focused. I'm finally at a point in my career where it's just like I can just muscle memory most things, and then it's just like oh no, pet peeve. Oh no. And I'm just fuck you, Josh. Get out the kitchen.
You were talking about them damn Nazis again and not slicing the tomatoes.
Fucking why can't you just wipe up the fucking mess? Why can't
Right.
you goddamn just
And
work?
talk about Nazis at the same time. Wipe the mess, slice the
That's what-
tomatoes, and then have whatever conversation you want.
Yeah, just
Talk about Bigfoot, Nazis,
there you go.
all of
Fucking Nazis.
it.
Fucking Nazis. Talk about the Mothman for all I care.
Right.
I'll
Yeah,
join you for
Mothman,
that conversation,
right?
but for God's sakes, just get the work done. And
Get
somebody,
the work done. And wipe down your station.
but yeah, that's why I'm very erratic. That's why.
All right, I'm clocking out,
I
boss.
like it. I like this animated Zach.
All right, I'm out.
All right, you
clocking out.
out?
I'm off the clock.
Yeah, I'm about to clock out too. Let's
Right.
go, guys.
Let's go.
Before
Let's
we
get
go,
a
though,
shift drink.
I'm just going to go ahead and give a shout out to the Facebook. Make sure you guys look us up, find us out. We're Eating While Standing on Facebook. We are email us if you want to. You can email us up at herdchef@eatingwhilestanding.com.
And if you're on YouTube, leave a comment below.
Yes.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Call to action.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Just make
We'd love
one.
to hear from you guys and get some opinions, hear what you guys have to say, get any stories,
Yeah.
anything you guys want to talk
Got
about.
questions. I got answers.
Absolutely.
I'm
But you
doing the
first.
editing, so if you have any suggestions to fix my terrible editing, please, I'm all ears.
Mm-hmm. Or you just want to, notice my sexy bitch hat. That's cool
shit.
too. Everybody, have a good night, have a good day, have a good shift.
That job.
Later, bro.
Peace.